It has been a great opportunity for me today to have joined you. Vishwa Vishnu Sahasranama Samsthan, along with the Chennai group of Shri Vishnu Sahasranama Mandalis and All India Vishnu Sahasranama Cultural Federation, has organized this sweet and memorable event right from the west coast of US in San Francisco to the easternmost part of the world, which is Japan. Hundreds of bhaktas have participated in this and are participating. The first holy name in Vishnu Sahasranama is Vishwam. So that one name has been explained and interpreted by this program. The whole Vishwa, as we know of, we know only this much of this world. Bhagavan is Vishwam, and his part, a part of him is this entire world we know. You are all very fortunate that we are today reciting, doing this Parayanam for universal benefit. This Parayanam is not for some material pleasure for any individual. Instead, it is for a global benefit. I would like to clarify one point in this. If I, at my home, chant Vishnu Sahasranama, that can also be for my benefit or for something that's universal. But that will not be very effective. If we join together and recite, it is then the benefits are felt better. The reason being, when you join together, you are able to sacrifice the self and work for a group. And that too in Vishnu Sahasranama, it can benefit anybody and everybody. The whole world is gripped under a problem today. That has to be cleared. Normalcy has to be restored. That is one aspect of this Parayanam. This month is Puratashi, and that too you are amidst the Brahmotsavam of Lord Venkateshwara. Puratashi itself is holy. But it would be interesting to note a point, whether it is Puratashi or Adi or Margazhi. Mostly in South India, we don't do any Kalyanam or other auspicious things. It is just left open. That doesn't mean that this is an inauspicious month. It means that this has been nominated and allotted for more auspicious things. If we have a wedding at home, that's only for us. No one else is bothered. But if this mass chanting, this is a wedding for everyone. This is where Atma gets wedded to Paramatma. And that benefit is extended to all. When I saw your flyer, it read, a day-long Parayanam. But when you started chanting, the question was, Kim Japan Muchyate Jantuhu Janma Samsara Bandhanat. What should I do japa? It talks about japam. Then you also confirmed Vishnu Sahasranama Jape Viniyogaha. Here I confirm engaging in Vishnu Sahasranama Japa. Do you anywhere find the name Parayanam? You may. Kimekam Daivatam Loke Kimvapyekam Parayanam is there. But that is Parayanam and not Parayanam. But your poster reads as Vishnu Sahasranama Parayanam. It did not mention Vishnu Sahasranama Japa. It is possible you can do Japam, but this program, for that matter, any program that happens anywhere is only Parayanam and not Japam. Why? Why are we not getting into Japam? I will explain to you in two different angles. One, take the questions posed by Yudhishthira to Bhishmacharya. It says, Kimekam Daivatam Loke Kimbapekam Parayanam Stuvantaha. You can note this word, Stuvantaha. Kam Archantaha. The second word, Archanam. Stotram is the first word. Archanam is the second. Tuvantah kam kamarchanta prapnuyur manava shubham. Ko dharma sarvadharmanam bhavatah paramomataha. Dharma is the third word. Lastly, Kim Japan Muchyate Jantuhu Janma Samsara Bandhanat. Japa, the fourth word. Stotra, Archana, Dharma, Japa. There are four words used by Dharmaputra. Of course, Bhishmacharya says, all this, the only answer is Sahasranama. And he adds on, he goes on to say, Yani namani gaunani vikhyatani mahatmanaha rishaviparigitani tani vakshyami bhutaye. Oh Dharmaputra, for your benefit, I list 1,000 names that have already been coined by the rishis. That is fine. So coming back, how are we now engaging in these four words? These four denote four different activities. Sahasranama is so vast that you cannot complete it, one individual cannot complete it, one group cannot complete it, and in one mode or method it cannot be completed. So Yudhishthira has spelled out four different methods. First one, Stotram, that has in today's context translated to Nama Sankirtanam. The same Nama, you can sing the glories of Bhagavan. You can do a Nama Sankirtanam. That Sankirtanam is also known as Bhajan. That's a word by itself. Now the whole day you are not doing Bhajan. You are doing chanting. We chant, not Bhajan. But there are Akhanda Nama Bhajanai. Hope you are all aware of it. Hare Rama, or whatever name it is. You start at 6 a.m. in the morning and you go through the next day. You conclude at 6 a.m. the next day. That is Bhajan, Nama Sankirtanam. That is how we practice the first word today. Stuvantah kam. Stotra, Nama Sankirtana is one word by itself. Second, Stuvantah kam archantaha. Archana, that is what we do in temples. When we go to a temple, the same Sahasranama is rewritten as Namavadi. Sahasranamavadi. Om Keshvaya Namaha, Narayana Namaha, Madhavaya Namaha, Govindaya Namaha. This is Archana. We do it at home too, but it is mostly done at temples. Ashtottara Shatanamavali, Ashtottara Sahasranamavali. So that is another word by itself. It is Namavali and Archana, the second word and the second method. Let me pass the third word, complete the fourth one and get back to the third. The fourth one, Kim Japan Muchyate Jantuhu Janma Samsara Bandhanat. Kim Japan, how do we do Japa? Japa is separate. That is Nama Japam. We sit at home, secluded, not with many people. Don't open your mouth. Meditate more. Focus your mind without any difficulty or panic or any distraction. Repeat the same Nama as a mantra. That is known as Japa. I'll read one shloka for you. which defines the method to do japam. It says, Japyate iti japaha. You do japa, that is japam, vidhanena mantrocharanam. Vidhanena, there has to be a dictum, there has to be an order. Do this japa, do this mantra japa like this, have bath like this, sit like this, look like this. So everything, there will be a rule, there is a dictation, there is an order. So japa goes always with an order, with a rule. It also says, now uchchaihi japancha kuryat. Don't be vocal, not with raised voice. Na uchchaihi japam kuryat, rahaha kuryat. It must be in secrecy. It can't be spelt out. The next person must not hear your word. Then, atandritaha, no alasyam. Sombale irukakudadu. Don't feel lazy. Be with utsaham. Atandritaha, samahita manaha. Our mind must be focused in that mantra and the Bhagavan who resides in that mantra. You can't look around. You can't open your eyes. You have to be focused on that mantra. Manaha tushnim manasavapi bhajet. Manasavapi chintayet. Tushnim. Keep quiet. Be silent. Now, for your Parayana, will any of these rules suit now? They don't. You are not alone. Now you are alone. I agree. But normally in Vishnu Sahasranama Parayana, we sit together and we are not alone. Now this problem has brought us together virtually, so we are alone at home. But even there, I don't think we are totally concentrated. Our mind is focused. I don't think all of you are in Panchakacham or anything like that. I don't think you are in a squatting posture. So there are so many ifs and buts that have changed. These things are not going to work out for japa. Our rishis were so aware of what would happen in 2020. They were also aware of what would happen in 3020. So the last method, the fourth method was Parayana. That Parayana is not called or named by the word Parayana. It says, Ko dharma sarva dharmanam bhavatah paramomataha. Which is the dharma? O Bhishmacharya, the stalwart of all dharma, I have heard all dharmas from you. Shrutva dharman asheshena pavananicha sarvashaha yudhishtira shantanavam punareva abhyabhashata. Having listened to all the dharmas from Bhishmacharya, Yudhishthira was not satisfied. He went on to question, I think I'm still wanting. There is something else that is nagging my mind. You have not spelled out all the dharmas. I would like to know what the dharma is. And that dharma is Sahasranama Parayana. So that is the fourth method. That is being practiced by all the mandalis. So the first method is bhajan, nama sankirtana. The second is namavali archana, which is being practiced in the temples. The third, those who are able to follow the rules. If you are able to, you can do japam. But we may not be able to. Not many can. I can't. You can't. So fourth method, the most effective, the most simple method is Vishnu Sahasranama Parayana. We are doing that Parayana. Now let me define and explain the word Parayana. That will be very interesting to you. Param samaptim ayate gacchati apnoti iti Parayanam. Param samapti, conclusion. Param, the word means samapti. Param ayate, that which concludes. You can just take it. That which concludes. This concludes. What does it mean? Whatever concludes, can it be said as Parayanam? You can do anything. I can even talk something rubbish. I can conclude it. Does it mean Parayanam? But this is what it means. You have to interpret as that which is conclusive. That which concludes. Just make a little change. That which is conclusive. For example, this is a conclusive argument. This is a conclusive judgment. We all know. We have been fighting out for 70, 80 years about Ram Janma Bhoomi. Finally, there was a conclusive judgment. You can't go anywhere above. You can't appeal. There's nothing possible. It's a conclusive judgment. So that conclusivity, that conclusiveness is what is very important. This theory is a conclusive theory. This judgment is a conclusive judgment. This argument is conclusive. Sahasranama Parayana is conclusive. So you need not go anywhere more. This concludes. By itself, it is very, very conclusive. That is, it reiterates and completes. This is one meaning. There is another interpretation. Param ayante samaptim prapnuvanti anena. Prapnuvanti yena iti. Param ayante. Now, the Sahasranama is a tool. Karivinu Tamil solluvom. Karana. So, this is a tool by which any other ritual, all other activities come to a conclusion successfully. This is the second meaning. Parayanam. Ayanam is apnoti, apnuvanti. Param is to conclude. Any ritual, any activity concludes only by chanting Vishnu Sahasranama. So it makes us successful. If you want to succeed in anything, let it be a medical treatment, let it be a construction, let it be homa, yaga, any other utsava. You do a great Brahmotsavam, you have to conclude it by Nama Parayana. You start a construction, a house construction, that is completed successful only by Parayana. You start a treatment, whether a doctor starts a treatment or a patient undergoes, he starts to undergo a treatment, Parayana. Anything, any activity, if it has to be successful, it has to end with Sahasranama Parayana. That is the reason it is very, very beneficial to us. It's very effective at us. Not that this has to do only with moksham, only with bhakti. Of course, that's the most important benefit out of it. But more than that, it is attractive to all. It is not helpful to one or only to spirituality, but it is to any material benefit, to any laukika activity. Medication and treatment is a laukika activity. Construction is something laukika. Do whatever is laukika, then you conclude with only this. So there are two meanings to Parayanam. The second meaning is more important. Now you tell me whether you are doing japa or Parayana. We are all doing Parayanam. Any other activity will get concluded successfully by this Parayanam, including the pandemic getting removed. So for anything, this benefit is not only for me or you, it is to the benefit of everyone. If you are paropakarartham idam shariram, this shariram or our speech or our mind, everything when it is put to use for paropakara, when it is for the benefit for others, you are also one amongst them. If you plead something for yourself, then you stop there. In 1,000, 10 is included. In 10, 1,000 is never included. So you plead for others, you do for a universal benefit, then you are also included in that. Now, the Sahasranama is a self-qualifying activity. Do you need any qualification? Do you need any eligibility to chant? You need not. You go to Ganga, have a holy dip. Now, I was dirty. I don't know where all I have traveled. I know what all I have touched. So I thought, before having a snana in Ganga, should I purify myself, qualify myself to have snana in Ganga, then have a Ganga snanam? Not at all. Why do you have Ganga snanam? To cleanse you of all the anadi karma, anadi papa. That Ganga, which when clean you of all the papa, will it not clean you of the dirt that you got from the travel? Of course it would. You have traveled, touched anything, spoken to so many things. All these will also be cleaned by the same Ganga. You need not find another tap water, have a shower, qualify yourself, and then go to Ganga. The Ganga that is going to clean all your papams will clean all your dirt too. There's no other qualification required. Similarly, for Vishnu Sahasranama, this qualifies for itself. You need not qualify and come to chant. You chant, you get qualified. And you need not be correct. It need not be as per rules and regulations. I was listening to you. There are many people, and you have already allotted few slokams to a particular individual so that all get a chance to chant. Now, can I say, if you do a japa, if it is 1008 japams, repetition, so many rounds of japa, can I do one round? Can you continue with another round? Can a third person continue with the third round? They cannot. If it is 1008 times of japa, it is you who have to do. You can't add others. Today, when my friend was announcing, she said it is going to be 120 avartis. I am sure all 120 is not participated by every individual. It is being done together by many, not by one. But it is japa, it has to be by everyone. If it is parayana, it can be by all together. So Bhagavan, knowing that, what would be our distractions, what would be our engagement, what would be the time that we can spend, and geographically we are dispersed, by culture we are dispersed, by language we are different, to cater to everyone, to include everyone. This is a simple and effective method given by Bhagavan and of course Bhishmacharya and Vedavyasa. And as our representative, it was Yudhishthira who pleaded. So need not bother whether you are qualified to do it. You are qualified if you have the wish, the desire to do it. Don't worry whether I am doing as per the rules and regulations. Don't worry. Do it. That will make you eligible. That is a simple regulation which Bhagavan has given. Is it well accepted in the Shastra? It is one of the 4 methods. Don't think that this is inferior to Archana, inferior to Japa, or inferior to any other. This is Dharma by itself. And it is so effective because it is not for yourself. It is not my individual benefit, but for a collective benefit. But for Loka Kshema. With all this, I should definitely thank and I could congratulate the Nirvahakas, the administrators who have made this possible, and throughout internationally they are making it possible. And I am sure with all your efforts, with all your bhakti, these problems will all end soon, and soon you will get together directly. And this has given us a new way now. Even I am sure, even when you are direct, when you are personal in the next chanting, say in March or April or May, that would definitely be online and virtual, and all others from every country are going to join in that, and they will also feel that we are one participating in the group with these words. Let me thank for giving kind of everyone. In fact, Bala told me that you have to participate in this. It is our benefit. It is my privilege today. Thank you all. Sarve Janaha Sukhino Bhavantu Samasta Mangalani Santu. This 120, let it grow to 1,200 and even lakhs together. Thank you all.
Namaskar, Swami. Thank you very much, sir.
We are very much thankful to you, Swami. You have made this divine day more auspicious to us.